Dreams don't die, they fester in the back of your mind. A constant reminder that you did not fulfill the dream that was placed in you to fulfill. This neglected dream weighs heavily on you like a ton of bricks, and you try to find an alternative to getting that dream completed, but all you find is a dead end because that's not what you were meant to do. Now that a lot of time has passed, you start to feel as if it's too late for you to fulfill the dream that was placed inside of you. But it's not too late. You just need to begin the process of getting the job done. That inclination that you have that is bugging you in your spirit, that is telling you that you need to do something, and it comes complete with visions, it's more likely your purpose that is driving you. You know this because you can't shake the feeling that is deep inside of you that gives you the drive that you need in order to get something done. You may try to ignore it even though it is impossible to do so. You could try to ignore it all you want to, but you can't. However, in time, if you refuse to take the steps to complete the task that is put inside of you to complete, you will notice that it will start to get quieter and quieter, and those visions will start to come few and far in between. But every now and again, they will pop up just to give you a friendly reminder that these are your dreams and they are there, and you need to do whatever it is that you need to do in order to get this task completed. If you are having a hard time getting started on the completion of your goals and trying to meet your purpose, I have some tips that can help you get started and to begin the process. The first tip is do not allow society to impose its timelines upon you. Society puts timelines on our lives in many different ways. It dictates the different milestones that we should reach in life and by which age we should accomplish these milestones. For instance, by the age of 16, you have your driver's license. Society dictates to us when we should get married, when we should have kids, when we should begin our career, and when we should end it. You may be an individual that finds that your life is not necessarily moving on the schedule of these societal imposed deadlines. It's not uncommon for our lives to take a different path. We have different situations that come up that can delay our processes. We have life events that can delay our processes in life and could get us to move a little bit later than what society would typically dictate. And because of this, everyone's ETA, your expected time of arrival, can differ from person to person. There are lessons in preparation that we have to undergo before we can reach the complete promise of our purpose. And for this reason, we will not allow the comparison of other people's timelines in their lives to determine if it's too late for us to begin or if we can accomplish different tasks that we set out to complete. Tip number 2, if you can see it, you can be it. Regardless of what your plan is, you need to be able to envision yourself in that plan. Having the vision will enable you to work towards the vision. It will also serve as motivation for you because you want what you see in the vision. You like how you look, you like how you feel in the vision. And the desire to obtain all that you see will motivate you to work to achieve it. So it is very important that we sit and contemplate and allow ourselves to envision whether or not we could see ourselves in this plan. So let's start envisioning ourselves doing great things. Vision and prayer work together well to create a great outcome. Tip number 3 is make up your mind and prepare to do the work. This is the first step of putting action to your vision. If you have a plan and you know how you will make the vision work, there's nothing left to do but to do it. However, you can't do it if your mind isn't completely made up. You have to have determination. You have to have your mind made up and be steadfast in that willingness and that ability to complete the plan. You need to be determined to complete the plan because there's going to be trials and tribulations that are going to come up along the way as you're trying to get it done. And if your mind is not made up, when you get tested, it'll be very easy for you to turn around and quit and go back. But if you have your mind made up, you already know that there's going to be tests and trials that are going to come, and you will be able to push past those because you have your eye on the prize, and that is what you're going for. So no amount of tests or trials is going to be able to turn you around. You also need to prepare to do the work. For we know that anything that is worth having is going to come with a great deal of effort on our parts. Of course, there is going to be work that needs to be done. Of course, it's not going to be done overnight. And we already know and we understand this, but because we are determined to get to the end of this road, because we are determined to see the path, we're going to do what we got to do. As we make up our minds, we're also going to be prepared to do the work that is going to be required in order for us to get the task done. Because we know that anything that is worth having is worth working for. The next tip is one step at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. We are in a day and time where most people want everything to happen quick, instantly. Snap your fingers and it's done. And for this reason alone, this is the reason why some of us have not been able to obtain the goals that we have set for ourselves. We think about the amount of time that a task may take for us to complete. Some tasks may take months. Some of them may even take years. And we feel as if we don't have that amount of time. That's a great deal of time. By the time I take the time to do this, I could be working on this or that. So we neglect the dream because we don't want to take the time and invest the time that is required for us to get the task completed. We have to be careful about expecting for things to happen for us quickly. If it happens very quickly, it's probably not worth having. However, this dream, this goal that you have, it will not occur overnight. And if it does, be wary because it will disappear as quickly as it arrived. Stop looking at the end of the journey and how far away it is. Instead, focus on the steps that you will take to get you there. If you are focusing on completing one step at a time, you will look up eventually and find that you have reached the destination. Although it may not seem like it when you are working through the steps, this is actually the time that you will look back upon one day and you will realize that these were actually the best days of your life. Because it is in the journey that you grow, learn, develop, and get life's precious lessons. The destination is an indication that you have completed the leg of the race and you're going to be there for a while until and if the next vision arrives for you to complete your next task. If you fail to plan to fail. It is necessary for you to make a plan on how you will achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. If you know what the end goal is and you know where you will start, you can make a plan based on the steps that it is going to take from you to get from point A to point B. It doesn't have to be a fancy plan. You don't need to share it with anyone. I wouldn't. You could get you a journal, some type of notebook, and you can list those different steps. You can make notes beside each step on what you need to do at that step in order to get to the next part. As you complete each step, take note of the next step that is coming. And you will also be able to visually start to eliminate steps off of your list, which can serve as another source of motivation. This is one way that we can keep our eyes on the prize. This plan of action will help you maintain focus as you take the plan step by step. Lastly, and certainly not least, stop being scared. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of whatever. If you can't shake the fear, you're just going to have to do it afraid. You cannot let this emotion stop you from achieving your goals. And that's all that fear is, an emotion. However, if you allow fear to stop you from achieving your dreams, you are giving life to this emotion as well as control. Fear will have you looking back in 20 or 30 years with regret. Fear of regret is the only fear that drives me. Looking back and knowing that I have allowed an opportunity to pass that would have made a significant difference in my life because I was afraid and now there's nothing that I could do about it. That's what I'm afraid of because no one wants to live with regrets. So it's best that we take the time and opportunity to reach our goals, fulfill our purpose, do all of the things that we want to do while we're able to do it and we have the ability to get them done. It's never too late to reach a goal. Sometimes it's even better if you start later than sooner. If you start later, you're starting with experience, knowledge, you're more mature, and you know what you would do with those blessings when you do receive them. You will be more likely to maximize on those opportunities as a mature adult. The manner in which you move about as a mature adult is going to be different from the way you move as a child that's trying to find their way. Whether you're young or old, you should not allow anything to come in between you reaching your goals and fulfilling your purpose. It is my hope that everyone achieves their goals. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day.